Hello, this is Mark Moses. As part of my group for West Virginia Region's Weather on Facebook, we are doing something about highlighting the everyday highway code and how you can stay safe while driving. Mostly we live in West Virginia, and we have to deal with people from Ohio who rarely know how to drive. But I'm going to tell you some things on how to stay safe. First, Chapter 1, we're going to stay safe as a pedestrian. For pedestrians, where is it? Okay, how to use the road as a pedestrian. Using a road is very simple. If you wish to go somewhere, the road should be used in the up, down, or vertical orientation. However, some users may wish to simply get over or across the road. These users would include pedestrians or chickens. In such an instance, the road should be used in the left, right, or horizontal orientation. Do not attempt to take the road internally. The contents of the road may have settled in transit. Do not attempt to operate the road when drowsy. Warning, the road may go up as well as down. These are called hills. That is very important. Now, of course, the main cause of accidents is not pedestrians or chickens. The problem is people driving. It's either distracted driving, which is by a mobile phone, by texting, or by on the phone, which in West Virginia and in other states, they've made that a law where you cannot talk on the phone and drive. Obviously, it's against the law to text and drive. Of all those different sorts of fines. The fines range from, first there's a warning, second is a citation, second citation, a third, fourth, and once it's your fourth attempt, or your fourth citation, I believe it's up to a $350 fine for texting, and it goes to the same thing for talking on the phone and driving. So, hands-free, Bluetooth, which sounds a little bit like this, because you can't really hear me. That's what Bluetooth sounds like, because it sounds like you're at the bottom of an ocean, surrounded by water. I believe that's the only other laws and fines. But what should you do before you get in the car, or when you're in the car? There's some safety measures. People usually just turn the key and go on their way. But I think we should just look at some things what we can do to always give us a little bit of precaution. Take some health and safety lessons. For number one, you get into the car. Always do this before moving off. Trust us, we've tried the other way, and it ruins your shoes, trousers, and face. That is true. Once you're in the car, you lock the doors really quickly, but in such a way that passers-by can't see you, doing it and assume you're a massive coward. It's never happened to me before, but I will take that as a note. You are not a massive coward. It's just that you know, for example, Dave, who works as a news agent. Well, who knew this bloke? Yeah, he got into this car, and then before he set off, this guy with a knife jumped in the back and slashed him. And then he stole all of his Harry-Rail. Although apparently when the police came, it turned out it wasn't a bloke with a knife at all. It was an escaped leopard. That is very interesting. Next, you switch the car on, by turning the key in a clockwise motion. Again, it seems quite basic, but many people forget. It's worth bearing in mind that forgetting to switch on the engine at the start of a journey can add up to 5 hours to a journey. That would otherwise take 20 minutes. So think on. That is very interesting. Before pulling away, take time to adjust your radio, air conditioning, and testes. That's also very important. Then you rotate your head 180 degrees, which I can't do, but you have to do this to check all your blind spots. If you cannot rotate your head 180 degrees, you should install a car owl. You might have to get one of those. Even a standard car owl is valuable safety, and that gives the driver great awareness of what is around him. No car owl. We meant interior mirror. There is no such thing as a car owl. Isn't that just wonderful? Now, is there anything else that is very important for the basic driver? Well, looking at this, that is not. We will go on with part 2 for tomorrow, which is the rules for car drivers, which should be very interesting. So I'm glad that you joined us for the basics rules of the road, especially for people who live in Ohio and have no clue what the word driving safely is. I swear to God, every time I'm with somebody, they cut across 5 lanes. They're like, use your blinker. It should be on the right or the left-hand side. To go left, you move it up. To move right, you move it down. Simple as that. And a little button in the back and the front and even on the dashboard comes up and it says right or left. People in Ohio, use the turn signal. More turn signals, please, so you don't see me flipping you off every 5 seconds like I usually do. So I'm glad we've enjoyed part 1 of the Highway Code on how to drive safely. I'm Mark Moses.